historical interlude. It's possible to study physics with no knowledge of its history, and many people do. However, the characters and stories involved are amazing. A novelist would hardly have dared invent them. Here's a few teasers to get you interested. But remember, this is history. It's not physics. Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE. His famous teacher was a wrestler whose stage name translates as Widehead. His famous pupil became a general and conquered much of the Middle East. He was arguably the greatest influence on Western and Middle Eastern scientific thought for nearly 2 millennia. He wrote books on many different topics, including biology, ethics, logic, poetry, philosophy, politics, physics, rhetoric, theatre. He's associated in philosophy with the syllogism. Look it up. A logical argument that isn't much use in science. He liked walking and thinking, so his school was known as the Peripatetics. Galileo, 1564 to 1642 CE. Galileo laid the foundations of mechanics using a combination of experiment and careful argument. His Dialogue on the Two Principal Systems of the World is easy to read but long. His book Starry Messenger is a great read. You feel like you were there at the discoveries. He wrote the dialogue in Italian rather than Latin so that ordinary people in Italy could read it. Because of the dialogue, Galileo was threatened with torture and placed under house arrest by the Pope. He was pardoned in 1992. I can recommend Bertolt Brecht's play Life of Galileo. There's a film version too. Newton, 1642 to 1726 CE. As well as revolutionising mechanics, astronomy and optics, Newton was arguably the world's most successful economist. He invented differential and integral calculus for his own research and invented the calculus of variations to solve a competition puzzle. Newton practiced alchemy and sorcery. He thought his fringe religious writings were really important. He didn't dare publish them in an England divided by wars that were based in part on religion. Newton wrote the Principia, a masterpiece about mechanics, in Latin rather than English, so that the educated people over much of Europe could understand it. Footnote. Today, scientists in most countries publish research in English to ensure a wide readership. If you are a native English speaker, be grateful for this. And please be generous to those for whom English is as difficult as Latin is for us.